what's up, everybody? It's Mott's Cage Radio. I'm now joined on the line by the owner of No Limit, Phil Flathers. Phil, welcome to the show, my man. How are you?
Good. How you doing, Mott?
I'm doing damn good. Now, on Tuesday night, we normally do our 60 Minutes MMA show. We had another matchmaker come in and basically have something to say about you're doing this, that, and the other thing. Take us through it, my man. What the hell is going on?
Well, it's kind of, silly really altogether. Their first show, there was a little issue, which you're aware of, and I was going to talk to you on air last time, kind of clear the air about it, because it's a really silly situation that could be so easily avoided if this guy from Colorado, as he says, I guess they're more professional over there, which is kind of a joke the way he carries himself. If he was more professional as a matchmaker and would call coaches and managers, he could have avoided all of his problems, plain and simple. And what happened the first time is he had gotten one of my fighters on the card, and he called the fighter direct. And you know how fighters are. You ask them if they want to fight, they're like, "Oh, hell yeah, I want to fight, man. I'll stand them in front of me. I'm fighting."
Right.
But of course, as managers and coaches, we're a little more selective, and sometimes we got other fights booked for them, and sometimes the fighters ain't even aware of some of the fights we're working on for them.
Okay.
And that's why it's important that these matchmakers, if they got any experience at all, know better. They don't, even if, I've been matchmaking for a long time. If I talk to a fighter direct and he's interested in a fight I might talk about, and if he's all, hell yeah, I want that fight, I'll tell him instantly, have your manager or your coach give me a call and we'll lock this up.
Okay.
And that's how you do it. I mean, if you're professional about it and you don't want problems on your card, because as a matchmaker and a promoter, you don't want your cards to fall apart, so you want to do things in the most professional way that you can. And that's the way you do it. And unfortunately, this guy's learning, I guess, the hard way. Maybe he's new at this and he's learning things the hard way. And that was the situation on his first show. And actually, I guess there was a second situation on the last show where there was an ex-fighter from my gym that hadn't been training at my gym for over 7-8 months. And this kid, James Garcia, somehow got on his card. I don't know how, but he's still listed as a no-limit fighter on his profile. And this kid did not even show up to weigh-ins. And I had all these people calling me saying, "Hey, where's your fighter? Why ain't he here at weigh-ins?" And I'm like, he's not my fighter, and I don't know nothing about it. I didn't know this kid was on that. So there's another situation where, he probably called the fighter and direct, and then he ended up with the whole mess.
Yeah, because I was at weigh-ins, and I remember, and all the finger pointing was at you.
Yeah, and that kid hadn't been in my gym in over 7 months.
Wow.
And I had nothing to do with that kid, so how he got on their card or what he did, I have no clue. I don't even talk to the kid, had nothing to do with it.
Okay, yeah, because then there was something, I believe, that the kid showed up to the after party, and I guess they basically pulled him to the side, "Hey, why didn't you show up for the fight?" And he was saying, "Oh, he was told not to," and this, that, and the other thing. So, I mean, I hear this. You tell me that, that's why I'm letting you come on today to clear any of this air that you wish.
Exactly. And I heard that same thing, and I heard he showed them guys a text that Jose Torres told him not to show up to the weigh-ins.
Yeah, I heard something to that effect. I couldn't remember if it was Jose or not, but yeah, I did hear something to that effect. You're exactly right.
And that's exactly what I was told, that he showed a text showing that Jose Torres told him not to show up to the weigh-ins. So, and at that time, Jose was no longer with No Limit as well. We parted ways. He's went on about his life doing his thing, and I'm still running No Limit here in Madera. Got my gym and moving forward, and so we were no longer partners. So whatever he did, whatever was going on there, had nothing to do with No Limit or myself.
Okay, so then we have new issues allegedly that are going on this card. Have we got that all squashed, or we still got more room to drive?
Well, in my eyes, there's no situation.
Okay.
But what bothers me, and that's why I'm kind of harping on this guy, Mike McNeil, about being unprofessional, because I heard the interview and he was sitting there kind of bashing me, but it felt like he was kind of bashing Californians in general, that we're not professional like people in Colorado. He was making a statement like, "Oh, people don't do this in Colorado, but I guess Californians, whatever." I don't know what he's saying, but this situation that just happened, I called this guy. I never met him in my life, never talked to him before in my life. I called him earlier this week, because I seen on his fight card he had one of my fighters. Well, and this kid hasn't been training at my gym for a few months. He moved away, and but he's still listed as a no-limit fighter. So when I seen that, I go, you know what? I don't want another situation like the last time where this kid don't show up, that they start going, "Oh, there's no limit," doing some shit again. So out of professional courtesy, I call this guy. I get his number from a friend. I call him just to give him a heads up that, hey, this kid is listed as a no-limit fighter, but he hasn't been training at my gym for months. And I don't think he's training, because I talked to the kid about 2-3 weeks ago, and he told me he's not training. I didn't even know he was on the card. But I just call him to see how he's doing type thing,
Right.
And so when I seen his name on the card, I was like, wow, man, why is his name on there? Because I know he's not training. So then I give this guy a call out of professional courtesy, so he's got enough days left before his show to replace him, because most likely he wasn't going to fight. Nothing to do with me, because I wouldn't pull him off the card if someone else like Jose put him on the card. What I understand is Jose is the one that put this kid on the card. So I called the guy just to give him a heads up. Hey, he's listed as a no-limit fighter, but he's not training at my gym. So if something goes south, I don't want you guys pointing the finger at me.
Right.
And that's the only reason why I called this guy. And then he goes on to bash me like I pulled him off the card. I didn't pull him off the card. I had nothing to do with any of it. And all I did was give him a heads up that this kid, if he would have showed up to weigh-ins and fought, great. But as far as I know, he wasn't training. So I was just giving him a little heads up to clear my name before something did happen.
Gotcha. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, definitely hear your side of the story on that. We got anything else to clear up?
Not really, because, I'm a pretty straightforward guy. I mean, I deal with a lot of promotions across California. My fighters fight almost every weekend somewhere, and I've never pulled fighters off the cards unless they're injured or there's a good reason to. And almost every promotion out there, and I think any promotion out there, if you ask the promoters my name and ask them, hey, what do you think about this guy? I could pretty much guarantee you they're going to say something good. Because I don't, I've never intentionally done anything that's shady or in any way, shape, or form, man. I love this sport. I support it on all levels. I try to, help out every organization if I can, and plus I do my own matchmaking for Jason's promotion, Up and Comers. So I'm out here trying to help grow this sport, man. I'm not out here trying to hurt it on any level.
All right, well, that's good stuff. Anybody you want to shout out before we let you go tonight?
Yeah, my No Limit family here at No Limit, man. All these kids that are in here, every day, busting a sweat, working hard, man, training hard to go out there and entertain everybody that loves the sport, man. I got a great group of kids here that they just love this, and they work hard, man. So, yeah, shout out to my No Limit family here. And definitely shout out to you, Mons. I mean, you're out there, getting people hurt and, and you're helping the sport in a lot of ways. So I appreciate what you do too, man.
All right, fantastic. Well, we'll definitely try to keep up with some of your fighters. Let me know what you got coming through the loop, and we'll get them on the show. Appreciate you taking the time with us here on Cage Radio. If you guys are in the Madera area, be sure you check out No Limit. Phil's been out there for, about 3 years now?
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years. So, yeah, go out there and check it out. All right, I appreciate it, my man. We'll definitely talk to you soon.
All right, man. You take care.
All right, out.